What's up guys, hope you're having a great day. I'm Isaac, and this week we have an awesome, fun, classic set to review. If you couldn't tell by the thumbnail and title of the video, this is actually the very first Superman set ever, and it is called Superman vs. Power Armor Lex. It comes with 207 pieces. It's recommended for 6 to 12-year-olds. This is a very fun, small set. It's classic for quite a few people because when DC first started making sets, this was one of the very iconic, cheap, and fun sets that you could buy. It has some very interesting box art on the front, as you can see. This interesting drawn Superman. It looks good, but it's kind of cartoony. I don't know, it's not what we have today. We've got a cool Superman for scale. On the back, got the art showing how the heroes can fight the villain, how the villain can be put into the mech, the gun can be removable, and it also shows some Batman art. And then over on this side, we've got some other characters bottom there. So yeah, I'm gonna open it up and build it real quick, and then you guys can check out all the cool design features, functions. The minifigures are one of the best parts of the set, and I'll let you know my thoughts right after this. I'm actually going to review the minifigures first for once, because they're the main reason anyone would buy this set, and they're probably the best thing of the set. I mean, come on, it's Superman. Nobody had ever been able to get a Superman minifigure before this, so it's super cool, along with Wonder Woman, as I'm sure a lot of lady fans of DC were happy to get that minifigure. We'll start on the left here with Superman. He's got the classic superhero design that everybody knows, very iconic. His hair is actually a new mold, at least it used to be back when it came out, and he's got a double-sided face with a more stern one on the back. They did not have the laser shooting Superman face until later. His body has detailed printing. His legs don't have printing, they're just red and blue legs. But he does have printing on the back, which is usually covered up by the cape, but as you can see, his shoulder bones and the continuation of his belt from the front. Next is Wonder Woman. Her hair is also new and exclusive for this set when it came out, as well as her whip piece, her golden lasso. It's a very cool piece, nice and rubbery so it doesn't break, and she can use it to grab onto minifigures or Lex Luthor's gun or whatever she needs to grab onto. I guess it's the lasso of truth, that's what it's called. And she's got a nice golden sprayed color on her tiara, as well as very wavy hair molded onto that piece there. Her head is a very nice print, looks similar to Wonder Woman's we're getting right now actually, with the red lipstick and an angry expression on the back. One thing I did want to mention is people have been complaining right now about Lego's level of quality on skin tones that are printed on pieces that are not skin tone color, and I just want to point out that Wonder Woman isn't any better than Lego pieces nowadays. Her chest right here doesn't match the color nearly as well as some others do. Same thing on the back, it's just too pink. And also for the legs, they tried to print flesh and it's just pinkish, which is annoying. However, those legs are super cool because even though they couldn't dual mold legs back then, they were still able to print on the sides of legs in very rare cases, and they decided Wonder Woman was a minifigure that needed that, so they printed some nice flesh color there on the top of her thigh and a little white stripe to show her boot, as well as on the front her boot, and her costume is printed over the blue leg piece there, as well as some tiny little stars. The last character to review is Lex Luthor, and I guess you didn't know this, but this Lex Luthor actually looks very modern for such an old set. No, just kidding. This is actually a custom Lex Luthor I built as a placeholder for this set. Unfortunately, Lex Luthor did not come in the set, which is a bummer, but at least we did get Superman and Wonder Woman. They're the real stars of the show. So this is just a Lex Luthor put together with a suit, torso, and a clone trooper head, but I'm sorry that I'm not able to review the real Lex Luthor that comes in this set for you guys. I just didn't have that. Moving on to the build of the set, the Lex Luthor mech is nothing special, but it definitely set the standard for a lot of mechs to come and what we can expect from them, and that standard has pretty much held true all the way up until today, 2020. It certainly is not as posable as some other mechs, but it's definitely very playable, although its knees don't bend. Of course, there's plenty of room for Lex Luthor, and it has very cool energy tanks that go down to the gun. Coming up closer to some of the design features, these transparent green pieces are very cool. They're on the fingers and also on the arms. One odd thing is that this hand is 2 studs longer than the other one, so that it can hold the gun, which isn't very noticeable once it has the gun in its hand, but as you're building it, it does look kind of lopsided. The gun design is super cool. You've got a kryptonite crystal in there, and the barrel with some clear pieces here to represent shockwaves, I suppose, along with this transparent green flexible piece, which provides energy. It's kind of confusing because he has these tanks back here providing energy through the tube. Then there's another crystal here, so I'm not really sure how that's supposed to work, but I guess it makes sense to kids. The waist rotates 360. And beyond rotates as much as you want, really. So yeah, nothing really stands out, but it's definitely a good play set, fun for someone to build, great color scheme, wonderful pieces, just nothing to write home about. The last thing I want to talk about is the packaging, not specifically the box. I already talked about the box, but more of the instructions and also the included comic book. As you can tell, the instructions are not in great condition, but they work for building this. They weren't missing any pages or anything. In the back are the pieces that are included in the set, as well as a nice picture of some of the available sets during this time. We've got some Batman sets, as well as some of the heroes, plus the buildable figures. These are actually pretty cool, and they bring back some memories because I actually had this Green Lantern a long time ago, and he was super fun. I always wanted the Batman and the Joker, but I never got to play with any of those. So those are some cool sets, although they don't make those anymore. The instructions also have an interesting thing that I noticed. Over here in the corner on each page is a blue picture of Batman, the Joker, and Superman. But the odd thing I found is that Superman, this is like a non-final Superman. As you can see, his face looks more like Chase McCain, and he doesn't have the new hairpiece with the curl yet. So that's very interesting. It definitely is cool that they showed some of their pre-final designs in the final product. The comic book has some cool art on the front showing our 3 main heroes here with some villains looking on, and the villains are coming in through the corner of the page here, flipping in, inviting you to open it up. The first page is an ad for all kinds of sets. Lex Luthor here at the bottom, as well as the Batcave. That one was a lot of fun to play with. Unfortunately, I won't be able to review that set, but it is super awesome. You've got a really cool page showing the minifigures from this wave. Plenty of cool minifigures. This page is for this set, the Lex Luthor mech, and it shows a story, which definitely can give some kids some inspiration on how they can play with their set. And then on the back, we just have some pictures of Batman and Superman looking at all of the villains on some screens, and an ad for Comic Builder, which was a really cool program at this time, which allowed you to go online and build your own comic using pictures and images and comic boxes that Lego already had for you. Unfortunately, that website is not active anymore, but it was super fun while it lasted. As final thoughts, I would say that this set is more for collectors than it is for little children, as the set can get pretty pricey nowadays. However, these minifigures are too good to pass up for any serious collector of Lego who wants to get any classic set for relatively cheap. It's definitely a nice little package featuring lots of cool things. It's certainly not a bad set. Hope you guys enjoyed this set review and this video. Please like and comment down below. Subscribe to my channel, that will help out, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.